Welcome to episode 25 of Web Visions Podcast. My name is Shlomo. This is my co-host Vic. How are you doing, Vic?
Hello, I am Vic. Welcome to 25 episode. We have very cool guest today, Shlomo.
Yeah.
If you
First, I want to talk about episode 25. It's a big deal. That's why I'm wearing a Hawaiian shirt to celebrate. I thought it looked like happy birthday sort of thing. I just don't have birthday thing, but I don't know how it is where you're at. But for the 25th, I got in the mail this Jiffy Lube gift card. I don't know. Do we have Jiffy Lube in in, in Lisbon? I just don't know. But I have this gift
no.
for you, and then I also from the conference circuit to help with the whole podcasting. I have this book that was given to me. Stop networking, start need working. This was given to me by some guy named Dave Carberry at the what was it? It was the one in Silicon Valley, Startup Grind. Oh my God, that was a
Oh my
painful.
gosh. Yeah.
That was actual painful one. But so I got this book for you, and I have not read it, but there's a lot of words in it, and not enough pictures, and I just not I can't. And then I got you one more thing. At Consensus, RFK Jr. is up for presidency, and he came and spoke. So they were giving out RFK hats, and I don't know how he's cared about out there, but I got this for to celebrate 25 episodes with you. Let's be honest, most podcasts do not reach 25 episodes. This is a big deal together, and
Absolutely.
I appreciate you in our journey of self discovery, of finding meaning in our work and in the world through technology. That is basically us looking at each other for 25 episodes, going, "Is there any actual meaning to what we do for our jobs?" I say there could be.
Yeah. And frankly, I can say that we got very lucky and correct naming, brand naming, like Web Visions. So we don't care about what we talk every podcast. We just talk what you like about.
Exactly. So we get for episode 25, we got a guest from Drip Rewards. It's a Discord based at the moment rewards program that does engagement work. It does audience retention work. It does outreach work, all within the Discord and the communities. We have their CRO, right? So we get to know how the money's happening. Vic was really into how this Vic likes reward programs, and that's
Absolutely.
he really likes them. And so we got deep into it with that. Vic got to ask things he wants for his for Visible Magic for the company we work with, to how to incentivize them just to live, right?
Not to live, but to make work more fun and to have more fun in a fun way, you know.
I like that. See, I thought work is my life, and that's the saddest part. It really isn't. I'm a much more fun person than that. So, yeah, we had a really good. Let's jump into the episode 25 with Michael Israel of Drip Rewards. All right, episode 25. We got Michael Israel of Drip Rewards. Right? Is it Drip or Drip Rewards?
Drip Rewards. It seems like there's a couple of people who use Drip, so Drip
I know. I
Rewards helps
see.
us differentiate.
I hear you. We don't just say DR. Do you guys just say DR in the Slacks, or do you say
Not
Drip
yet.
Rewards? I don't know. I
I
don't
mean,
know.
we will become the one and only Drip. We will become the one Drip to rule them all. But
I hear that. It did sound like Frodo was getting the band back together with that. All right. So, Michael, what do you do over at Drip?
So I am our CRO. I'm our head of business, essentially.
Okay. Vic is totally into this sort of conversation. Vic loves,
Absolutely.
Vic loves reward programs. Over the last 6 months, he's constantly saying, Shlomo, why aren't we making rewards? I think there's a bunch of already good products out there. That's part of why we have here. Like, there's products that do different things. You guys are specifically Discord.
We Discord is our initial product. We're in a lot of places. One thing that really differentiates us is we are solving for community. There's a lot of things that I've solved for this loyalty as a sense of I make a purchase, like you said, coffee. I buy 10 coffees, I get a coffee. That's been done. Empowering a community to be an essential part of a brand is a hard problem, and that's what we're tackling, and that's where we've really solved it, to turn the fans into super fans.
Super fans being paid fans? Let's bring them up while we talk about it, Vic.
Sure. It's a combination of evangelism, because an engaged fan becomes sort of evangelist, and they're the people who then turn around and spread the word better. And we find that we do that through engagement, in terms of rewards. We allow communities to create these microeconomies, of off-chain points. There's the ownership components, such as own to earn by owning NFTs for Web3 collections. There's the pieces such as integrating gaming. There's quests, such as Twitter X quests, where I can engage with the brand in that sense. But this concept of coming from within a community and finding that there's things that I can do, that rally me towards building out that brand in a deeper extension with that brand, and then using the points in more innovative ways beyond just buying a coffee, if it's a coffee brand, but earning NFTs, whitelists, merch, be able to use in games for skins that I can then take into other places. We're trying to build deeper experiences, that really focuses that start at the community, which Discord was the initial place for. Is our real differentiator.
Vic, can you help me bring the screen up? I can't figure out how to. It won't let me bring it up. Here's my
Okay,
voice.
it's time
There we go.
to bring this up. Okay,
Yeah,
guys.
why not? So, okay, when we this, so how do I add this into my Discord? Like, what does that actually mean? Like, for me to set this thing up?
Sure. So it's very
Because
easy.
I'm just like happy gamer guy, right? I'm a streamer, let's say, or I have a some sort of fan community like that, right?
Yeah, streamer is one side, NFT community. Yeah, we have a Loom video there that walks everyone through how it works. Setup is very easy. You log in with your Discord account, you press a few buttons, and boom, it's in your server. And with a button press, it installs all of the proper channels, gets you up and running. A lot of it starts off with simply the gaming, the questing, the creation of economy, and all things happen in 5 minutes or less. One thing that we had really found with Discord was this very messy place. You have tons of communities. There's, I think it's 18 million communities covering over 200 million users on Discord. And I know I'm undershooting that number by a lot. Maybe it was they added 200 million in the past year. Discord is a place where a lot of people have met for different reasons, and it didn't offer them a lot of compelling reasons to stay and stick around. Discord personally is putting a lot of money into solving the problem right now, and we're taking full advantage of a lot of their tooling. But we give those communities easy ways, and communities could be, like I said, NFT communities, it could be business communities, it could be gaming centered communities, learning communities, schools, sports teams have communities. Real Madrid has like a 20 million person Discord. There are these massive places of people there, and they're not compelled to choose you over a different community.
True.
So
What did I hear you? Sorry to bring it because I
nah,
just
that's okay. I'm rambling.
yeah, I'm with you. So I'm in a million discords. Does it behoove me as a fan, right, who's in a bunch of discords? Would there be sort of interoperability with these groups? Because now, let's say, I'm in this person's Discord that utilizes Drip, and then I'm in that one they utilize. Is there some cross with these rewards that happen?
So at present, they are all community centric, but
Yeah.
you're touching upon what may or may not be coming as potential functionality of a potential drip token.
Okay, what does that mean? Because
Um,
your rewards programs are not tokens per se, is the way
no,
we
they're
talk about tokens here on this show. Like
yes.
these are not economic tokens. These are just points,
These points
right?
are point systems,
Yeah.
but in the future, there may or may not be a actual drip coin, a token, which would be a utility token that would work across servers and
Right.
enable the ability for, excuse me, potential ad plays across servers, to enable servers to interact and have
All right. Now
interoperability.
be real with me. Be real with me. Why don't you? What is stopping you from launching that coin already? What are you waiting for to launch that coin? I'm curious about where
Um,
your heads are at.
doing things right. One thing I've really noticed is so many companies have launched a token and it's destroyed them. They either launched too
Sure.
early or they didn't have real utility built in or whatever it is, but they had this vibrant, wonderful product that tons of people loved and were using. And they launched a token, their TGE went poorly, and the next day they were dead.
Yeah.
That's a miserable experience. Honestly, that's the thing that we're also working on with our product to help fix for companies, because we have a way to enable companies to have a better TGE through the way that our point redemption is. Instead of TGE just being a single end all event, companies could use it to let you purchase your token.
Yeah.
You're wearing Dill City. I don't know what Dill City is. I love it. I love the name. So the Dill
Oh,
City
this
coin.
is the local like little league, not little league, but like church community college league baseball team, and like uh, the Portland Pickles. And
Ah,
then
that's awesome.
Portland is Rose City, so I have Dill City.
Okay.
Sorry, I
All
just
right.
doxed.
No. So imagine that there was the Dill City token was coming out then, that the local league decided that all the players should be earning, coin,
Yep.
instead of it just being a single event where everyone worked towards and then TG happens, everyone gets their coins and they dump. What if there was the ability to have the earning over time and I can redeem my points for tokens? Or if I don't care about the token, I can redeem it for a skin in a game, or I can redeem it for something else, or a box of cookies, or some pickles. Uh,
Yes.
and therefore, I'm valuing it as an object instead of just an end all. And you can have it go over time instead of being a one time dump. So we have a tool set that aids other people in their potential TGEs, and we want to be very careful in our own and over time and what it looks like, and make sure that if and when we decide to have a token, that is something that is truly useful and embedded and interoperable rather than just when token.
Sure. Vic, I know you have something to say about this.
Yeah, I have a bunch of questions, and uh, your product looks really, really interesting. My question is, how does it work and make it sense to use in like closed communities? For example, like for us in our company, when we have something like 30 people, yeah, does it make sense to use these features in closed groups when people knows each other? Like, can it be deployed across the companies?
Absolutely. One method we were looking at is also going towards Slack, even for business integrations, because business rewards and business tooling is also a very important piece. Um, the ability to create more of that community and have that sense internally is important. You can have such a thing where some companies use things like a word co, where it basically just people have some money they can spend to give each other.
Hmm.
Very similar here, except instead of it just being tipping, which we have that tip feature,
Mhm.
there's other forms of earning. So if the company wants to incentivize certain actions, they can. Our APIs can also be used offsite. So let's say that you wanted in the community in their Discord to be able to have a quest, so that they're like, this month we're really trying to push something. Everyone interact with this tweet. You earn a couple of points. Great. Plus, we're going to tip the person who did whatever. Plus, on our website, we're going to integrate the API so that if you actually perform these 5 actions, you put in your payroll numbers that were a pain in the ass and no one was actually putting their hours, that when they fulfill that, they earn additional points. That is feasible. So it's the
Hmm.
ability to take this interoperability even internally within a company, from Discord to websites. We have people building on engagement campaigns on their sites. There's marketplace interoperability. There's a
Yeah,
lot of
you
things.
give us an API that we could start tying into other situations. Then you really got something going on.
Yeah. And you see, with the pro version, you get our API access. And the API currently comes in two flavors. There's uh, our questing API and our points API, and those two combined are super powerful.
Hmm.
There's more APIs there and on the way. But on that screen, you've got the embed builder is something really neat. Uh,
Hmm.
so most of Discord is
Mhm.
just text, right?
Yeah.
And then if I want to interact, I mostly have to do slash commands, right? And I don't know most other things slash commands. You do slash whatever. Embed Builder lets you build boxes, and those boxes can have buttons, so you can do whatever you want. A learning module, a loot box, um, whatever your heart desires, as a set of text within a box I can then interact with through buttons and go through a journey.
Hmm.
And like my creativity there, not great. Some of our customers, crazy what they've done.
I'm intrigued. Actually, looks really, really interesting. What about your Slack plans for Slack integration? Because inside our company, we are mostly using Slack, like for historical reasons. But
Yeah. It's not what we've said we've tackled yet. I believe our next major platform is going to be Telegram.
Yes. Thank you. That's where
Yeah. All right. So it's very different because it's such a divergence in the customer base there, right?
Mhm.
Telegram stays more with the Web3, and it's more of a younger generation, more of a modern feel. Slack is more of an enterprise sense there. It's all places I think we need to be because it all speaks to that heart of building a better community. Slack has more tooling than exists. Telegram is currently a shit show.
right.
And if anyone can tame it, that's a wonderful thing to do.
So,
I hate Telegram. I spend time there. I hate Telegram.
you know, I understand the hatred of all these communication layers,
Yeah.
right? Like it's almost like relationships. You're just finding the crazy that you could handle. Everything's crazy. You know what I
You're
mean? And so that's like I could handle the stupidity of Telegram better than the stupidity of, let's say, Discord. Like that's how I feel about all of them because, I just want to communicate. And so layers of communication to communicate just drives everybody crazy, right? Do you
It
get any
does.
sort of, this is on a different topic, but I was thinking about how many groups do you guys have using your product? And do you get any knowledge about the lifespan of these groups by the use of your product? Like, is there any knowledge we could get about how these groups are working, what is not, and and how that is learned through, this obviously is the engagement layer, right? It's the let's have fun together layer of it. It's not like the task manager layer. You know what I mean? Though that's rewards and quests and still, but you know what I mean? It's more of an engagement of a top level situation. Are you learning anything about groups and their sustainability through their use of it?
Absolutely. And I'll true gleaning is something that we're still trying, digging through. But we've seen, since our launch in January, there's currently about 650 communities that cover about 1.2 million unique Discord members that have Drip. And of that, a good piece has converted to the Pro plan and is usually on that side. Those numbers don't include our people that are just using the APIs for their offsite engagement, which we've seen a real interesting growth with there, where people are building these new forms of engagement tooling and that's it. So it's more of a farming, but it's targeted. The one thing that we really had to take away is a differentiation between this and it's more of a traditional engagement tool. Traditional engagement tools, people live on those engagement websites and farm. They'll just farm those quests. They'll follow. They'll unfollow afterwards. They don't care. They're not there for you. Since
Okay.
this comes
Wait, you're
from,
talking, that sounds like an NFT community of like 2 years ago.
well, no, I have it's
Like, is
certain
that also,
large.
let's say, a streamer fan community or
Well,
a
this
gamer?
this this is more of a Zealot Galaxy, those sort
Okay,
of things where it's a
cool.
paid questing, pure questing ability, where I live on those websites to farm, some bot heavy, a lot of stuff like that. I didn't want to name names, but thanks for drawing it out.
Sorry.
This, this is our tool, since it's inside of the community, it's coming from existing community members, and it leads to much more organic growth.
I believe
Uh,
that.
that number is huge. We've had a couple of examples that have been great ones. 6079 AI, for example, is a small AI startup it's a distributed AI play, and as they put it in a panel at Consensus, it's one of the most boring things that they're trying to do. It's really useful, it's really magical and amazing, but it's boring. It's distributed AI. Because of the partnership with us, they're getting between 1,000 and 5,000 likes and retweets and comments per
Okay.
quest, and these people are doing consistently, and they're learning. And they
Yeah.
find that it's people that are actually involved and are commenting realistic things and show that they actually care and watch, because you have community members that then live and just follow that one over time, and they're not doing it for a campaign, they're doing it for the long haul.
Right.
And so that difference of a singular campaign versus we are members of a community and we want to see a growth pattern of, be it floor price or be it more members come in or whatever it is, as a longer term goal, that's a key differentiator.
I could totally see you using it. Like, I like these growth hacks. I wasn't thinking it in this external growth hack situation to bring awareness to the group or the product or whatever. Like, I totally want Vic to stick it into the Slack and make all the Visual Magic employees have to watch this podcast and like and subscribe to it. And all of a sudden, my metrics personally will look really fucking good. So I'm already,
Um, yeah, I have a question. A very important topic in implementing the thing is to design the gamification aspect of it, because it's just a tool, as I understand, and you have to design the community interactions, you have to design incentives, etc., etc. So how people usually solve this problem?
Sure. Most of them have an idea of what they want up front. We also have an active Discord community that's mostly for the people, the founders and community managers, where they talk and they can share ideas and concepts of what they're doing, what's working, what's not, and how they're doing it.
that's cool. So you have a Discord in Drip's Discord. You have a section just for community managers who use
I
your
mean,
tool.
that
And
is most of what our Discord is.
yeah,
It's funny. It's very funny because we're a Discord tool, but we're not a giant Discord, because our goal isn't to drag you into us and make ourselves look good. Our goal is to bring you into your own and make your own good. So ours
sure,
is much more of that builder focused.
Mhm.
right.
Uh,
I mean, well, so they can knowledge share to use the product.
yeah.
I'm totally with it. So when we talk about games on their, who is designing? Like, are you guys internally designing and figuring out new games to put on Drip? Like, are people choosing these situations? Let's be it a contest or an outreach, like click this Twitter, or you know what I mean? It's like, is that what's going on? I'm still kind of making sure I understand. But like, if I am community manager and this is my Discord, I want to engage them in in interactions within the Discord, right? I want them to do things like play the D&D thing or whatever, right? Is that the stuff you build in there?
So currently, the games themselves are mostly casino games. We are going to be releasing our first Unity game, which is a kill to earn a sort of game. It's fun. It's kind of like Worms meets Brawlhalla. You run around with guns and shoot each other and literally take points from each other. You can buy skins in there with that the community can choose their own skins, their own backgrounds, all this sort of thing. The more interesting one comes. We are also diving deep into Discord activities, which is the new thing that Discord's been pushing, where everything can take place within Discord. It's going to be crazy, but we can integrate, and we're talking to some larger Web3 games where we can integrate with them so that they can use Drip as a way to have. I've earned points on my Discord server. I then want to go into that game and buy a skin in there.
Mm-hmm.
We can allow that, and we can also potentially showcase that game in other servers that are willing to allow games to come in. So that will take these servers that are looking for interactivity and bring in larger or AAA or whatever level they are Web3 games that they want to organize a game night and can be incentivized to do so.
Totally. And they don't have to be AAA, I believe, in Discord. I mean, people are not looking for whatever Fallout in Discord per se, like, because it's such a
Um,
catchy. Well,
I
this
would
is
Well, it
great
links out.
property
They
already.
they link out.
That's what I mean. But to have these sort of gaming experience, there's a lot of games on that people create within Discord of various sort of things that are not, gambling or whatever. Though gambling makes sense.
I
Um,
have a question.
yeah,
I have a question though. Uh, are those points transferable inside the between the members of the Discord? For example, if we reward someone for something, can I transfer my coins and reward somebody else?
Yeah, we have a tip mechanism where
Okay.
that's one of our only slash commands is slash tip, and
Mhm.
then you can just tip someone else.
that's like
Okay.
basically saying, "I like what you said. Here's some within
Yeah.
the community, but
Yep.
not
I like what
not
you said.
within other communities, just within."
Not yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole interoperable side is where
Yes.
an on-chain piece may or may not come into play.
Right. Right. How can people find you, Michael?
They
We're
can go to
running this contest.
drip.re, or they can just shout drip into the ether and will appear. But our website is
Drip.re.
drip.re. You can also find us on Twitter at dripchain,
Mm-hmm.
or on LinkedIn.
Michael is
Server
very active on LinkedIn, so if you want to see some activity, go follow Michael Israel. We'll put it in the. We'll put all of that in the description. We're on YouTube. We're on Spotify, and we put it on LinkedIn. We're about to, I think, natively do some LinkedIn video stuff next. I think now that
Yeah,
we're
it
kind of
makes sense.
settling
It's a
in.
good platform for it.
I mean, it makes sense that that's it's there in Farcaster is the only place I believe we really know, and Dex is all we really need to be in the world.
I mean, Farcaster. We are also exploring how we're going to really start pushing Farcaster. It feels like it's a necessity.
This is a theme on the with between me and Vic on our 25 episodes where things like Farcaster, he's heard me blah 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 about it, and now that they're a unicorn, he's like, God damn it, Shlomo, and now he's listening because we've been on this journey together of these episodes of we're kind of a yin and yang in the space, right? He's CTO coding, he's been in blockchain for like a decade sort of thing. I came in like 4 years ago when things are totally wacky, and I'm just so deep in it as a marketer person that we just see it in different ways, and that's a part of what we, bringing people like you even on to show all the different parts that are going on. Because he's like, let's make a reward system. I said, there's a lot of reward systems. Let me show you some of the ones out there, and that's just like, let's get drip on.
Awesome. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's Web3 is a crazy space. One thing that I really love about this space is the authenticity and how if someone is actually like one of us. It's
Yeah,
terrible to say, but you can just tell quickly if someone's like lived in battle scars or if they just walked in off the street.
Absolutely. Hey Vic,
absolutely.
what should people do?
Click, like, subscribe. This is
That's as
what
far
I
as
like
we
to
can
call.
get. Episode 25 in the bag. See you all next week on the internet. Take care.
Cheers.
See you.